Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, I want to talk about Conor Benn, a rising contender in the welterweight division according to the rankings. Now, I don't view him as a serious contender, but he's a fringe contender. Like, he's gotten a lot better since I first watched him fight, which was a four-rounder. Very early in his career, he got dropped by this no-hoper in what was a tough fight. And after watching that fight, anybody who watched that fight, they said to themselves, "Yo, this kid ain't going nowhere." But it's been a long improvement in terms of since that fight to where he is now. I mean, it's like night and day. He's definitely put in the work. He's a lot stronger now. He's in better condition now. You know, he's coming along as a professional prize fighter, but he still levels below any serious contention with it for a world title, or even fighting a top contender, which is why they're very creative with the matchmaking, because they have to be. I mean, a kid ain't on that level. I mean, he's strong, he's got power, he's explosive, but he's knocking out faded, never was, never will, never wers. So how excited can you get by him knocking out Algieri, whose best days were at 140 pounds and hadn't fought in, had one fight in a few years prior to that fight? He was semi-retired, knocks out Van Heerden in 2 rounds, but he was a gatekeeper at his best. So now he's fighting him years when he's not a gatekeeper anymore. He's practically an opponent. So there's not much to get excited about when it comes to Conor Benn. And the creative matchmaking will continue. That's just what it is. Eddie's not going to match him with guys he feels is not worth it. He feels a little too dangerous, and this is not enough reward. So, let's look at this list. Stan Jonas is not going to happen. Virgil Ortiz is not going to happen. David Evanesian is not going to happen. Jerome Ennis is not going to happen. Vesputin is not going to happen. Batuev is not going to happen. I mean, I don't even see him fighting this guy, but I bet he's probably going to fight Ennis for the final eliminator. Will Eddie Hearn give this guy a shot? Sandor Martin? Maybe that's too risky. Maybe not. He's not a big puncher. He's really a 40-pounder. That's the thing. You look at this list and you're kind of wondering to yourself, yo, who is he going to fight next? How is Matchroom going to create another mirage here? How are they going to create more excitement for a guy who's still not on that level, but is improving, but just has to be matched carefully? This is a matchmaker's challenge, trying to protect a hype job from getting exposed. It's easier said than done, but it's very doable. But here is the perfect fight for Conor Benn. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant matchmaking when you think about it. And this fucking guy that I'm talking about actually owes Eddie Hearn a favor. After the countless millions Eddie Hearn dumped on his bum ass when he signed him before the pandemic occurred. And that's this fucking piece of fucking shit. I can't even say his name, bro. I just don't have much respect for Mikey Garcia. I mean, the guy has no passion, no determination, no freaking desire to be in that ring. And he just disrespects the game, and that's why you get beat by some European no-name guy who was a freaking 35-1 underdog. When you look as listless as Mikey and passionateless as Mikey did in that fight, he is the perfect opponent for a Conor Benn who's looking for big names to take advantage of. faded big names or guys who are not at their best days, like a Kell Brook, like a Adrian Broner, like an Amir Khan. I really hope they don't make that fight. I mean, Khan should never fight again. But this is the perfect opponent for Conor Benn, Mikey Garcia. I mean, if I'm Eddie Hearn, I'm getting Mikey on the horn. I'm like, bro, will you do me a favor? Would you fight my guy Conor Benn? You'll get paid handsomely. I mean, I think you owe me a favor. I spent millions of dollars for absolutely nothing for you to fight Jesse Vargas. I mean, I spent $7 million. Just wasted $7 million for you to fight Jesse Vargas in front of nobody on the zone. I mean, no promoter would have paid him that, not even half that, to fight Jesse Vargas. I paid you, I let you turn down a Regis Prograis fight for a significant purse, and instead, I overpaid you to fight fucking bum ass Sandor Martin, and you look like shit, and then do jack shit in the fight and lose a decision. So I spent all this money on you, spent millions of dollars with nothing to show for it. You fought only twice during that deal. You look like shit in both fights. You took my checkbook and just ran away with the money. So you owe me a favor, bro. Yeah, you're gonna fight Conor Benn and you're gonna lay down. Alright? Maybe you might even have to lay down because you have no passion in the game anymore. You're not motivated. You're simply a mercenary. Always have been. And your hunger in the game is completely evaporated. So even though you're still a name in the game, still very accomplished, who knows? Maybe some idiots in the boxing will actually think Mikey Garcia will be too much at this stage for Conor Benn. But he's not gonna beat this listless, passionateless guy with no desire. Is not gonna beat this kid who is the opposite of that. He's full of hunger, passion, and desire. So what do you think is going to happen if these two match up? Yeah, an explosive Conor Benn win over another faded name. But it's perfect matchmaking. That's the perfect fight to make for Conor Benn. And who knows? Maybe Eddie's on the horn trying to make that shit happen because I'm looking at the list here. Where does Conor Benn go? Are they really going to force another semi-retired guy who accomplished nothing in his prime, like a Van Heerden, like a Sammy Vargas, gatekeepers at their best, knocking them out at these stages of their career? They're going to force another main event against that type of guy? Or they're going to fight, maybe take it up a notch, and actually fight a more accomplished guy, a guy in his prime who actually accomplished things, became a champion, was on the pound for pound list. This will be a step in the right direction. Like they're actually lifting the level here. But it's still a faded guy who is past his best days, but at least he's accomplished. It's not like he's fighting a Van Heerden who accomplished nothing outside of being a gatekeeper. So, you look at the list, you realize he's not going to fight any of these guys, especially the top 5. They're not going to match him with these guys. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. So, there's only one option here. Let's just, put this guy out of his misery. Let's get him on the horn. See if he can, take short money to get beat by a young Conor Benn. You owe me that favor, bro. I paid you a fortune to fight nobodies, and you couldn't get it done. I didn't get any return on my investment. So, strap up one more time. Strap up the gloves one more time, Mikey. Let's lace up the gloves one more time and take your beating for your listless showings ever since I signed you to that overpriced deal from the Zone over 2 years ago. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.